This thing, I haven't got a whole minute, let's go! This has impacted our parenting. How long is this going to take? I have tried everything with this child, nothing works. Finally, I got so frustrated, I sent him next door to run an errand, moved the family while he was gone. Now along the way, we did things that would have worked. It just takes years. Father, when's the last time you had somebody walk into the confessional? Bless me, Father, for... Well, why don't you just bless me, okay? Because, I've been coming to confession for 40 years, and I'll tell you what, if I haven't eradicated all my sins by now, something's wrong with me, okay? So let's just chat a little bit, and then I'll be on my way. Or are you like me? Bless me, Father. Let's do this. Let's save both of us a lot of time. I wrote it down. It's the same stuff I've been telling you for 40 years, okay? How come we're allowed to do that? But if this kid doesn't get better after 3 weeks of sitting in a chair in a corner, what's wrong with him? Why hasn't he gone, Mother, I've been so blind. I see what you're saying. That's why you're the grown-up with the child. It's also clear to me now. Let's hold hands and kumbaya around again. Alexander, Belle, you guys embarrass me when I'm on the phone. You know that? People call here, I sound like a crazy lunatic. New house rule. From this point forward, I get on the phone, please be respectful. No carrying on, don't interrupt. And that includes this. Here's what I'm going to do. From now on, I'm going to excuse myself from the phone. I'm going to put you in your rooms for the rest of the call. I'll come and get you when it's time. If you come out, I'll ground you for the day. Now my clients say to me, okay, how long will I have to do that? And I will say, 15? 35 times? 235? I have no idea. That'll be $80. And it doesn't matter, dear people. Your goal is to do what you said. You're setting a lesson. You do A, I do B. Will that change you? I don't know. You won't get away with this. Oh, hello, Father. How are you? Thank you. Yes, we would be flattered to be the role model family for the church children love him. Father, could you just excuse me for 1 second, please? I'm going to have a little love chat with the children. Yeah, they're precious blessings from God. You know how it is. Wish we had 17 or 18 of them. Okay, well, we love you too, Father. It'll get a little antsy. We're half hour past rotary circle. Yeah, we still stand on our knees and broke glass. Except when we're levitating. Okay, well, I'll get them on the extension. Yeah, then, okay, peace to you, Father. Harmony, Aquarius. This will just take a second. Rip your tongue out of your phone, smack around the fist with a bust of a pig, little maggot! Get away from her! What's that, Father? No, that's a neighbor lady. She's been talking to her kids like that for years. We do pray for her. No, she won't come. She hates kids. Now, culture says why? Why is this child acting this way? As I said in our first talk, by the way, Father, just a little request. You steal any of my stuff for your homilies, give me a little credit. You don't have to mention my name, just a wise man once said. A little suspicious and stuff showing up in some of your homilies. Keep an eye on him this week. Culture says why? Unfortunately, part of fallen human nature, we don't look this way first for a while. We look this way. As I said this morning, I do marriage counseling. Once every 5 or 6 years, I'd like somebody to come in the office and say, you know why I'm here? Because it has finally occurred to me, I am extremely difficult to live with. And I brought my spouse in, because I want my spouse to tell me what I'm like, so you can help me straighten up. That's not the way it goes. You know why I'm here? I'll tell you why I'm here. I drug my spouse in here. And I'm going to tell you what's wrong with my spouse. You tell my spouse to straighten up. And we do this with kids. We don't like to look this way. This is 90% of the time what can make it better or worse. Yeah, kids are different in their temperament. Yes, of course. And you know part of the problem? You know the worst kid to have? The absolute worst kid is the first kid that's a sweetheart. It'll screw up the rest of your parenting. You'll strut around thinking you're God's gift to child rearing. We have no problems with this. I have no discipline problems with this child. This child knows when I say no, I mean no. I'm not going to go around putting my knickknacks up 15 feet off the ground, guarded by Rottweilers and electrified cages. This child knows I mean no. And then the second one comes along and eats your Rottweiler. I call it the shell-shocked second child syndrome. The first child was not normal. First child was a freebie, a mulligan round from God. He said, here, play with this. I'll say the real kid to you later. Fallen human nature. We don't look this way. Let me just share with you before I go, just something more common this way. Diet. Cut out anything red. Cut out anything sweet. Cut out anything artificial. Cut out anything that remotely tastes good. Give him a dry cracked wheat brown berry tofu sandwich on bean sprouts. This kid will get better math scores, kiss his sister on the lips before he paints murals on the church ceiling. One problem with diet. Good for health and nutrition. Our kids' diets are atrocious. And more kids seem to be systemically allergic to stuff. We're not quite sure why. But the idea that if I eat this, I'm going to act like this, well, there's a weak link there. That notion's been swallowed whole by our culture. He went to that party last night. He had 3 Reese's peanut butter cups, 2 cans of Mountain Dew, and a Kit Kat. He came home and torched the dog. Now, I told those people, no Kit Kat. It was the Kit Kat. Probably not. Birth order, middle child syndrome. I tell parents, you're not afraid of middle child syndrome, don't have an odd number of kids. Got an odd number, have another one, give one away. Wipe out that little spot. Truth on birth order, it only holds one place, oldest only. As a group, a little more independent, a little more achieving, maybe they develop a shade quicker. I don't think that's their position. We change our styles. First kid, you boiled everything she came within 50 feet of. Last kid, you throw in this big dirt ball, say, here, chew on that. Wipe your mouth off in a gas can before you come in the house. First kid, dual videotape of every burp and bowel movement he ever had. Last kid, one snapshot at the birth, one at the wedding rehearsal dinner. Dad, how come I got no pictures? It's not true, son. Your sister did a popsicle stick sketch of you in first grade. We kept it. Besides, you look like your sister. Use her picture. First kid, you sneak into her room every night, you stick a mirror underneath her nostril, make sure she's still breathing. Last kid, you tell the dog, get out of the crib! Don't lick him in the face! No, I was talking to the baby. You know where that mouse been. Poor dog. Somebody asked my wife in her 9th one, Peter was about 2-3 months old. Petey sleeping through the night yet? My wife said, I don't know if he is or we are. You know, you kind of get to that point. Now, I don't know if there's anybody old enough in here to be a grandparent. I'm a grandparent, I got 2 little ones. Grandparents are treacherous. They lie in wait. You were telling me this, Susan, what your mother was saying to me, she was wishing upon you, multiple girls, and you were with her. Well, my mom was at our house some years ago. She's sitting at the island, not saying a word. My mother's Italian. If she doesn't say something every 7 or 8 seconds, she is seriously depressed. Ma, what are you thinking? Well, Ray, to be honest with you, I'm thinking you and Randy are getting very sloppy in your parenting. Huh? Elizabeth gets away with murder. The other kids try any of this. Now, Lizzie was the youngest. She was about 7 at the time. You stop them dead in their tracks. Lizzie, you take a picture of them. You think it's so cute. Mom, Lizzie's a very compliant child. She doesn't take much discipline. I'll give you an example. The other night, I noticed it was about a half an hour past her bedtime. It was about 3 a.m. All I had to say, one time, Elizabeth, bedtime, please. Immediate cooperation. She took her cigarette, she put it out, right in the ashtray. The other kids put their butts on the floor. Not Lizzie, in the ashtray. And she emptied it every day or two, too. Tell me I'm getting sloppy. Yeah, some ideas are so ridiculous, only intellectual types could actually believe them. And one of these I alluded to this morning. No differences between little boys and little girls. Are you kidding me? They're so different. You ever listen to a little girl play by herself when she doesn't know you're there? Jessica, why don't you come over about noonish, okay? Bring the baby out there. Oh, I love that name. I memorized the baby name of 30,000 names. It took me an hour while I was working the puzzle at the time. Let's go down to the park. The leaves are so cinnamony this time of year, don't you think so? The autumnal ambiance with the puce and the magenta, those are colors that chromatically imbue my spirit. You ever listen to a little boy play by himself? If he doesn't know you're there, got a little primordial bowel difference. You women, you are so observant. We guys don't understand this. How is it, Michelle, you notice everything about everybody at all times, forever, to be used upon us guys, who, if we get to a point in our lives that we notice our wives are out there, we get extra credit. Hey guys, when's the last time one of our buddies did this to us? Hey, yo, rock! Max. You guys notice anything different about me? It's the last time you heard a guy go, oh, Monica, cute top. Women are sensitive too. They really are very, very sensitive. My little girls would come downstairs before Mass. Sarah, what's the matter? Sarah, it's 25 feet from your bed to here. What could possibly have upset you in that distance? Fine. This is touching me right here. I don't like the way this touches me, and my socks are twisted. They got strings on them, and they won't stay in a straight line. My boys will come down. James, is that pee on your shirt? See it now, Dad? Psychological correctness is a quagmire. You will overthink, you will overanalyze, you will overtalk, you will overnegotiate, you will lose authority. You can get better at this, of course, you can gain skills. I have books and tapes. A little subliminal advertising in there. I'll tell you, dear people, you have a lot of kids. And one of the things people say to you when you tell them I have 3, I have 4, I have 5, whatever it is, they gasp, right? They gasp. I can't even handle the 2 I have. I can't believe it. And they're not telling you about their kids. They think they're telling you about their kids. They're telling you about themselves. Okay? So, authority is not a bad word, it's a good word. I'll give you a little authority test. You can even use it here if you have to. Next time your child does something bad or wrong, are we still allowed to use those words? Do we have to morally emphasize the language? That behavior? Unacceptable. Ice pick in your sister's head? Inappropriate choices. Inappropriate choices! Take 2 stickers off your system. We'll give them back to the hospital when the lady stops. Your child does something bad or wrong, do one little authority test. One time. Calm tone of voice. Discipline. Put your head down at the dining room table, please. I'll set the timer. Timer goes off. You can lift your head. You're going to write 25 nice things about your brother for calling him back. There are not 25 nice things about him. Make them up. I do with your father. Go get me your favorite CD. I know which one it is. It's mine indefinitely now. That's the cost of kicking a wall because you're mad at age 12. One time. Calm tone of voice. Say no more. Step back. Observe the child's reaction. What kind of resistance do you get? How long? How intense? What kind of look? What? I'm writing an essay. Because that tells you how they perceive you. Remember the look? Some of your parents had the look. Maybe some of you had the look. You look at a child now, he looks back at you like, what are you looking at? You want a piece of this? My dad used to bounce the look off our heads at Mass, all the way down to the end. And it got to be, it had enough juice left in it that I wet myself. We'd get up, we'd go to communion, I'd come back, and I'd stand at the edge of the pew like this. Letting my sisters go in. And the Italian Catholic ladies would be, oh, see, that's the way a man is supposed to be. That is, he's going to be a priest. No, Cardinal, he'll skip straight to Cardinal. That wasn't it. I wasn't going to sit the rest of Mass in urine. The look is dead. The look is dead because it is a direct reflection of we as the big people. You know, it's ironic. The kinder, gentler, more enlightened form of discipline that the experts have been pushing on you for 30 or 40 years would be so if it were. What tends to happen is there's a total misunderstanding of the nature of children. They're naturally resistant. You got one that isn't resistant, that's you're free, okay? You got an extra one. It's just a play. They're naturally resistant. So you have to have the authority to be calm and to follow through, because if not, bless me, Father, how grave a sin would it be to fantasize about throwing your child face first through a play class window? Would that be child abuse? That's what happens. You get mean. You don't have authority, you're going to get mean. It's automatic. It's going to happen. Because there is no way you can enjoy this child if you don't have that kind of authority. Now, my children are all grown now. Some of them doing pretty well. Some of them not. As I told a few people, I got some going to serve the church. I got some probably going to serve time. One going to Penn State, the other one going to State Penn. Now, which leads me to something I want to say to you. A few of you in here probably have 18, 19, 20-year-olds. You are about as probable a parent as it could possibly be to raise a child to stay in the faith. You got everything going for you, okay? Unfortunately, that toxic, godless culture is no longer on your side, and there's such a thing called free will. Many of you may be beating, not many, a few may be beating yourselves up because your children are getting wobbly in the faith. And you think, what is this? Or one of your big fears is, okay, I'm going to raise my kids, but I'm looking at my friends whose kids are already raised, and 3 of them are out of the faith already. What's going on here? The tendency is to beat yourself up. The tendency is to think, what do we do wrong? Maybe we should have knelt when we prayed the rosary instead of sitting in a chair. I knew we should have knelt. I kept telling them we should kneel, not sit in a chair. And we should have read more Lives of the Saints in the original languages. That's the other thing we should have done too. I'm going to prove to you here and now, those of you who could be struggling with this, or those of you who fear you might struggle with this, I'd like to prove to you logically, you do not have to do that now or when. Please answer yes or no. Is Christ God?
Yes.
Was he sinless?
Yes.
Could he perform miracles?
Yes.
Did he have a perfect understanding of human nature?
Yes.
Could he get most people to follow him? So let me see if I understand this. You somehow think you're better at this than the God-man. You can't perform a miracle. You can't even do a crummy card trick. Dear people, our Lord himself couldn't get most people to believe in him. And we sit here thinking there's some kind of spiritual formula that if you apply it just right, you're going to guarantee that kid stays in the faith. No. That should not be a concern. You do what you do now as best you know how. Yeah, but Dr. Ray, I just came to the faith late. I came to the faith when my kids were 12. And I finally decided to start taking this serious, and the rest of the time I don't even know what I've done. Well, then be glad you came to it when they were 12. Now at least you can pray for them. I want to close up. Well, this is so wonderful. I only wish, Laura, I only wish I could stay here. I got a flight at 6, so I got to drive. Shoot, you didn't tell me it was going to be this nice. You really didn't.
You should have looked at the website.
I do this kind of stuff. I did. I know. I do this kind of stuff, and most of the time, if it's a kind of family retreat, it's kind of a state park. You go there, and it's sort of nice. You get brush the bugs off of you and everything. And you do a talk in one of the rooms, and it's real loud, and it's hot, and the air conditioning doesn't work, and that kind of stuff's all there. First world problem. And I just thought, okay, well, the Lord's having this family retreat, and that'd be nice. Okay, cool. This would have been the finest vacation I would have ever had. I want to close with another touching marriage story. Again, I think this reflects what can happen in very lot of years. Elderly gentleman and his wife go shopping. She bends over, picks up a can of peaches, sticks it under her coat, tries to walk out without paying. Woo! Goes before the judge. What'd you do? Stole a can of peaches. How many in a can? 12. 12 days in the county jail then. Her husband's like, oh my gosh, I'm shocked. Your Honor, please, may I speak up, please? Go ahead. She also stole a can of peas. Thanks for letting me hear that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ray, for coming all the way to Colorado. I know you wish you would have stayed. We wish you would have been here too. I should have been a little more explicit. I sent the website, but anyway, I was hoping you could come with your wife and spend some days here, but that's what it is. So anyway, this concludes the presentation of today. We have some time, before some time, I don't know if maybe there's time for a few questions. If they want before we get our kids back.
I didn't realize it was only 12:22. Sir.
How do you balance, this might be too abstract, but how do you balance the justice and the mercy? It seems like culturally this is how do you balance the justice and mercy?
The easiest way to do that is to not be mean when you have to discipline. The biggest problem we struggle with when we discipline is we get mean. And the reason we get mean is because we let it go on too long. And the reason we get mean is because we don't feel we can assert authority calmly without an argument, without a fight, without the kid coming out of the room 26 times. Your story was beautiful today, Father, in the homily. Unfortunately, most parents nowadays would do something like that, which is a beautiful thing to do, but the kid would just continue to come late. That's a sad reality. So what is a parent going to do? The bread and water, that's kind of the old thing now. Now I'm going to take away your 7 iPhones. So given that, work on not being mean. Remember how I said we personalize? You've got a kid, for example, that's 8 years old and steals a Matchbox car from a store. Okay, that's real common stuff. Okay, that's scrap. Okay, but they did it. The kid's name's Rob. What do you expect? Should have named him that. So we go crazy. Why? Because we personalize it. Look at this. I'm a failure. I've talked all these years about stealing and the commandment and all this, and look what he's done. No, let's get in. No, he stole a car. We deal with it. So you get mad. So here's the thing. If you have authority, you can be very merciful. You truly can. For example, let's say bedtime's a problem. Your kid wants to be in your bed. And you really struggle with this night after night after night after night. It's drug out for an hour and a half. Okay, you can't be merciful. It's hard. You can't say, okay, you lay with us. And then after we're done laying here, I'm going to tell you to go to bed, you go to bed. But if you have authority, then you can say, hey, tonight, honey, you come and lay with us. Okay, it's time to head for bed. I love you. Good night. Let's say our prayers. So you can be merciful. You can basically say, yeah, you can come and lay with me and we'll cuddle. This is great. If you have the authority to say, when I say go to bed, it's go to bed, or tomorrow you have nothing. If you can do that, you can be merciful as all get out. Because you don't have to be consistent. You got authority. There were many times when my wife would say to me, Ray, okay, enforce that. Kill the boy. Kill the boy. Because I had the authority, and again, it's part of my temperament, okay? It is my temperament, I gotta admit it. I cannot handle a child ruling me. That's just me. It's very difficult. I love you to pieces, but I can't let you make this difficult. So part of it for me is I'm going to assert my authority. And I don't have to be mean to do it. I just have to basically show you I mean it. Well, I was pretty inconsistent. I could afford to be. I could say, okay, well, skip the essay this time. You don't have to write the essay this time. Did you go apologize to your mom? Okay, I can do that. Because the next time, if I enforce an essay, it's going to be enforced. It's not going to be, well, I didn't have to do it last time. I don't see any reason why I should have to do it this time. I'm not going to do it this time. No, wait a minute. You see what happened? I showed mercy, and they ran with it. But if I have authority, I can show mercy. And the next time around, yes, sir.
So we have multiple kids, and you're saying taking everything away.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do it and not punish the others, or if you leave their stuff to get that one not to touch?
Well, now see what Mom is saying. When you have multiple kids, what do you do? Because that kid will go grab their stuff. That kid will go watch TV from outside the room like this. Okay, there's several ways to handle that. First of all, it's flagrant defiance. Okay, you gotta understand that. That's flagrant defiance. You're gonna tell me I can't stuff the animals? So what? I'll go take hers. Okay, that's defiance. Okay, so what you do is you can simply say, well, if the child says 7, now you've just earned yourself 50 sentences to also get off blackout for what you just did. Okay, I'll up it. Or you can say, by the way, honey, please don't touch anything of theirs. Please, always be nice. Always be nice. Because your niceness is what'll carry you. Because if you do, I will take yours forever. Do you remember the Hulk? Bill Bixby played the Hulk. Remember that? And that Mr. McGee, the journalist who always followed him around and suspected that Doc became the Hulk. Okay. One time, what was the character's name before he became the Hulk? What was his name?
David Banner.
Banner, that's it, Banner. So Banner is changing a tire like this. And it's in the rain, and you know how guys, when you change the tire, it slips off the lug nuts, like this. And for whatever reason, McGee was there going, so, gonna get upset, are you? And Banner goes, Mr. McGee, please, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And I call it Hulk parody. Please, sweetheart, don't take one of his. If you do that, I have to take yours. And then it never happen again. And I always tell parents, you need to welcome that opportunity because you want to establish, I quietly mean when I say, I'm not here to rip on you. Think about this, guys. We talk worse to our kids than we talk to anybody on earth. And if we talk to anybody on earth like we talk to our kids, we wouldn't have any friends. We wouldn't. Okay? Hello?
Yes, I just want you to give you some advice to those mothers or dads that don't have that authority built in them. You know, I heard one of your talks say that some, in order to exercise authority, your wife said that you have to have some meanness in you. But what if you don't have it?
You don't have to have that meanness in your temperament. All you have to do is know you control everything. It's that simple. The child hasn't gone to the corner and it's lunchtime. Dry toast and green beans. Supper time, cereal and milk. Everybody else eating chicken. You can do that. You control everything. Control everything.
As many times as it's angry and angry.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, when they get mad, they're going to get mad. Why? The madder they get is a simple sign of how they perceive you. If they look at you when you do something like this, it's what? Because I have to walk my clients through this. I said, you're going to get more intense resistance than you ever got in your life. Why? Because the child has never been stopped like this. That's the difference. The record for blackout in our house was set by my 13-year-old daughter, who stole $30. She took it off my dresser, put it in an envelope, wrote a letter to the library. Dear librarian, I know I have fines, and I know this is more money than you need, so please use the extra money to buy books for children who don't have books. Now she's a liberal politician. Because she takes my money, gives it away, and says, aren't I wonderful? So we talked with JoJo, and we went to confession, and we did all the other stuff. We said, JoJo, you're on indefinite blackout. That's indefinite blackout, okay? That's it, we're done. Joe set the record. How long do you think she was on blackout? This is back in, JoJo was one of our earlier kids. We wouldn't have lasted this long with the later kids. Take a guess.
3 days. A year. 3 hours?
55 days. Now, she would have gotten off a blackout around the 1 week or 2 week mark, except she decided she was going to pull other stunts during blackout. She would have gotten away with it, except she didn't anticipate our security system. We had a whole house security system. An 8-year-old daughter. Father, I have some information. Concerns a girl whose name begins with J. Aren't you glad you had me? I'm the Holy One.
So you have a recommendation on how to motivate your kid if
Yes.
without argument?
Yes. One of the motivation is like gratitude. When you have a culture as comfortable as ours, this is not a farm in 1880. Your kid doesn't have to get up and do anything. He moves from an air-conditioned house into an air-conditioned car. He's never known anything other than a hot shower. He has so many clothes he picks by color. And if, oh God forbid, the style goes out and buy all new clothes. So what happens is you very naturally start to shift your personality toward, for the moment, I want to be pleasured. I want to be entertained. I want to be stimulated. That's for the moment. That's very, very difficult to deal with. Some kids, of course, are naturally more motivated than others. You don't have to do anything about it. Okay, they're going to study their schoolwork. They're going to do their room clean. That's just who they are. Okay, you got that. It's like the old saying, you're never as bad a parent as your worst kid, and you're never as good a parent as your best kid. So part of what you need to do is when there is this motivation problem, you kind of size up the environment here. What exactly is he living for? Is he living for video games? Is he living for television? Is he living for getting to do what he wants when he wants to do it? What you do is you start making a link. Okay, here's your responsibilities. These have to be done before you get any of those. Now, you may be forcing it. Father, I'm going to share with you something. You look at the Mass, and you see teenagers there. And teenagers, oftentimes in the Mass, look like this. They're pillars of salt. We lift them up. Sorry about that. Where I come from, there is an amusement park named Cedar Point. Cedar Point has 17 roller coasters. Cedar Point is the most intense roller coaster park in the world. When I was a boy, Cedar Point had the Blue Streak. With roller coaster, first hill, about 40 feet high. Come down that first hill, 37, 38 miles an hour. What a rush. What a rush. The line for the Blue Streak was 2 miles long because it was the ride. And then a little bit later, they got the Mean Streak. It's higher. It's faster. Then they got the Magnum. 200 foot high, first hill, steel rail, 70 miles an hour. Ooh, and we're pushing the laws of physics now. Millennium Force. 305 foot high, first hill, 93 miles an hour. Okay, come on, man. High speed thrill dragster. Magnetically run out of the chute at 120 miles an hour. You got contacts in, you better close your eyes, it'll blow your contacts out of your eyes. First hill, 405 foot corkscrew up to the top, straight down perpendicular. Go to the Blue Streak now. There are mothers there with 3-year-olds waiting to get on. And if any dorky 13-year-old has to ride the Blue Streak, it is incumbent upon her to get off. What a waste of time. Now, what this does is this is heavier and heavier and heavier stimulation. They go to Mass, Father's there, it's reverent, it's prayerful. In many respects, the prayers are very similar. Do you know what he looks like to a 15-year-old? He looks like this. The kids are going, come on, man, get this guy to do something. Who writes his monologue? It's terrible. You got no stunt priest. Exactly. It's that heavy, heavy, intensive stimulation. Especially boys. They love this stuff. And they're not as naturally motivated as girls are. So you get a boy locked into this stuff, that becomes a lot of his world. He lives for that. The rest of this stuff is ancillary. I gotta let him go, Pilar?
Yeah, we gotta go. I'm sorry. We need to clear the room.
Oh, we gotta eat again. I'm sorry.
Past the 8 minutes.